The movie begins with a group of school friends playing a game with a unique set of rules. Whenever the ball stops, it's enclosed and covered with its opposite side for 7 minutes, allowing the participants to engage in anything they desire. Among them are Charlie and Stuart. Stuart, aware of Charlie's innocence, advises him on what to do inside. Eventually, Stuart pairs up with Jennifer, who doesn't permit him to do anything. Later, when the bottle spins, it selects Anisha, who chooses Charlie to join her in the uncovered area. Inside, Charlie realizes Anisha's fondness for him. Despite Anisha's attempt to kiss him, Charlie declines, exiting the area. Anisha, angered by his rejection, curses Charlie in frustration, claiming that any woman he loves will marry someone else. Then she takes some of Charlie's hair and leaves. Years later, we see Charlie and Stuart as grown-ups. Charlie is now a dentist, and Stuart is a plastic surgeon, both with clinics in the same building. At a friend's wedding, the bride thanks Charlie, attributing her marriage to him. Charlie is surprised as he didn't do anything. Meanwhile, two girls at the same table start chatting when they hear Charlie's name. Later, Charlie meets a girl named Camp, and they have a lengthy conversation, during which Charlie gives her his card. The next day at the clinic, Charlie is astonished to see many attractive girls waiting, as previously only older people came for dental treatment. While talking to Stuart, Charlie meets Carla, a married woman who credits Charlie with her marriage. Charlie finds this strange, but brushes it off. At home, he discovers numerous voicemails from girls who want to meet him for various reasons, some of whom he doesn't even know, leaving him perplexed. The next day, we see Camp and her brother John working at a penguin aquarium. While feeding the penguins, Camp falls into the water, breaking one of her teeth. Meanwhile, Charlie goes out with a girl, but she tries to get close to him in the car. When questioned, she reveals that she's heard a rumor that any girl who sleeps with Charlie gets married soon after. This explains why Charlie was considered a lucky charm at the wedding and why the girls visited his clinic for the same reason. Charlie doesn't believe the girls' words. Soon after, Charlie receives a call from Camp informing him about her tooth condition. Concerned, Charlie asks her to come to his clinic. At the clinic, Charlie reassures Camp that her teeth are fine. However, he accidentally gets hurt by Camp's hand, for which she apologizes. When Camp offers to pay for the treatment, Charlie refuses, indicating his growing fondness for her. After Camp leaves, Charlie exits the clinic, only to find Camp's car won't start. She asks for his help, but a mistake by Camp gives Charlie a shock. Nevertheless, he remains composed. Unable to start the car due to Camp's mistake, they realize the car key is locked inside. Charlie offers to take Camp to his house to get another car key. Upon reaching home, Camp realizes that the house keys were also inside the car. With no other option, she breaks the window to retrieve the keys. They return to the clinic, and Camp leaves with her car. As Charlie arrives home, he finds his receptionist Reba waiting for him. Reba, aware of Charlie's supposed luck, expresses her desire to sleep with him as no man is marrying her, and she needs to get married soon. Upon hearing Reba's dilemma, Charlie empathizes and agrees to her proposition. He shares this with Stuart, who suggests taking advantage of this supposed gift. However, Charlie remains skeptical and refuses. Stuart emphasizes that Charlie is essentially matching girls with their life partners, which Charlie finds appealing. Following this, Charlie becomes intimate with many girls who visit the clinic, and several of them find their life partners. While everyone else is elated, Charlie feels uneasy. He begins to think about Camp after seeing a penguin on TV, prompting him to go straight to her. He asks Camp out on a date, initially facing rejection, but she eventually agrees. During their date, they grow close, and as they are about to become intimate at Charlie's house, he receives a call from Stuart. Stuart reveals that the notion of Charlie being a lucky charm is true, as all the girls he has slept with have gotten married. This realization makes Charlie believe in the superstition, leading him to abruptly leave Camp. Charlie and Stuart still have doubts about the lucky charm, so they decide to give it one last try. Charlie becomes intimate with an overweight girl to test whether the curse holds true. He then informs Camp via video call that he isn't feeling well, and will communicate only through video calls for a while. Many days pass with Charlie sticking to his plan. Eventually, he sends Stuart to meet the overweight girl, hoping that if Stuart proposes but doesn't marry her, the curse will be broken. Stuart also shares this belief and goes to meet the girl. Meanwhile, Charlie spends time with Camp, and they become intimate for the first time. However, the next day, Charlie is shocked to see on TV that the girl Stuart met is already married. He immediately calls Stuart to inquire, but Stuart denies speaking to the girl. This angers Charlie because he has developed feelings for Camp and fears she might meet someone else. Upon checking the calendar, Charlie discovers that Camp has plans to meet a boy named George at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. This realization leads Charlie to act strangely, hoping to prevent Camp from meeting George. He believes that if he stays with Camp all the time, she won't meet any other boys. However, Camp finds Charlie's behavior odd and asks him to stay away for a few days. Feeling despondent, Charlie stays away but eventually goes to meet Camp after a few days. There, he sees her with a boy, whom he assumes to be George, and perceives them to be flirting. This leads Charlie to confront the boy, resulting in an argument. Camp becomes upset, realizing that Charlie's behavior is driven by his belief in the Lucky Charm superstition. So, Camp decides to end their relationship because Charlie's lack of trust is too much for her to handle. While sitting outside his clinic and talking to Reba, Charlie is startled when a glass bottle falls from a nearby man's hands. This incident triggers Charlie's memory of Anisha cursing him as a child, leading him to believe that his current predicament is a result of that curse. Believing that the curse is real, Charlie rushes to Stuart's house and then to Anisha's house. Initially, Anisha doesn't recognize Charlie, but when he mentions their childhood, she remembers him. Charlie implores her to lift the curse, but Anisha dismisses the idea, stating that curses aren't real. She advises Charlie to let Camp go if she wants to stay away from him. Realizing the truth in Anisha's words, Charlie returns home and decides to make a call to Harvard, fulfilling Camp's dream of meeting her research idol one day. So, Charlie takes action and decides to follow his heart. He witnesses Camp and Harvard spending time together and feels content from a distance. However, when Stuart informs Charlie that Camp is leaving the city to go to Antarctica with Harvard indefinitely, Charlie rushes to the airport. He purchases a plane ticket and boards the same flight as Camp. In front of all the passengers, Charlie proposes to Camp, who happily accepts. It is revealed that Camp is only going to Antarctica for a few days to conduct research on penguins. Additionally, Charlie learns that Harvard is already married. Meanwhile, Anisha retrieves a doll from a black box, which contains a childhood photo of Charlie and his hair. This suggests that Charlie's experiences may have been influenced by a curse. The movie concludes with these revelations. Thank you for watching.